Just mock up. This is just loosely in here. I don't have it everything torqued down. Alright. Well, I got started in this install. Like I said, I'm not going to film a ton of the install, but I got this alternator bracket that's also got a built-in tensioner. A lot of people use this one off of eBay, and I've had nothing but issues. First of all, I don't know if it's my car or what, but I can't get this bottom bolt in. I took the bore scope, put it down there. It doesn't look like anything's broke off, but I don't see threads either, so maybe somebody ripped out the threads before. Maybe that's why there's not one in there. Then the freaking the shims that they give me don't line up. Like, they're way too big. So the one that's supposed to go there is this one, and you can tell it's way too long. I'd have to cut it down. Didn't feel like dealing with that, so I just kind of mocked that up. This bracket up here, there's somebody that I was following for the turbo build. He did it on 3-kit. I'll leave a link in the description. I don't want to mess it up. I think it's Chaz. But he had to modify a lot of his stuff, so that's what I'm having to do. A lot of people that I've seen online, this part right here does not fit. You can't bolt anything through. So after dealing with that for about an hour, I had got it ground down where the bolt hole will line up. I still kind of kept the contour the best I could against the alternator, but as you can tell, it's not perfect. But this will allow you to turn this rod to come up. So there's a big bolt here, there's a bolt here, the tensioner here. I think that's plenty to hold it on. I don't think I need that bottom one. It's annoying, but you know, it is what it is. I shall continue. If I notice that this is like just going crazy, like I can't shake it with my hand, I can't move it, but if I notice like the belt's making it wobble or something like that, then I'll have to address this down there, maybe tap new threads or something. But yeah, this kit I would not recommend to anybody, not unless you're just willing to modify. It's not that great. On top of dealing with this bracket, I cannot find my water pump pulley, which I know I kept. It's just, where's it at? And then, come over here, we had almost a week straight of freeze. And my tail shaft seal said, I am not doing this anymore. And it just completely gave out during the last freeze. Which I decided to check because I would just happen to go by an article. I seen an article about, you know, car care for winter and stuff like that. And it reminded me, I don't have coolant in this car. So I had to run out and I added coolant and spun the water pump and stuff like that. And then in the article it said stuff that people don't think about. And it's like seals. And I said a very common one was the tail shaft seal. So I'm like, well, let me look. I didn't even have to get down to look. You can see it's just done. It's just kablit. So at least that's not a huge deal. Pulling the drive shaft to me is a pain in the rear, but it's like a $30 seal and like an hour or two of work. That's with me being slow, because I'm old and slow. But I do want to start working on these headers, get this turbo placed, and see what I need to move. I know the turbo is going to be close to the alternator regardless. You can adjust it. I can still bring it in quite a bit more. Let's see. It should sit like right in this area, but then I have that to worry about, and then I don't want the relay to be in the way, so I might have to move and relocate some of that stuff. But I don't know till I get all this out and get the manifolds bolted on, so that's what I'm going to work on at the moment. Just mock up. This is just loosely in here. I don't have it everything torqued down. So basically I had to bolt the turbo up because this has to be level, so you have to loosen this and clock the whole turbo. So that's what I got to do. You can see right here, because of this, it's touching the alternator, but once I clock it, it's not going to be touching the alternator right there. So That'll be good. I gotta point it straight down, and hopefully I got enough intercooler pipe to run it how it needs to run. This pipe, so the on-3 goes and basically just drops right down where the factory one would. A lot of people also just come and turn it and come right out here. Some people turn it. I'm thinking of turning it. There's a pretty sharp 90. Take this out, come down, and come right out the fender how I wanted it. Obviously, you need a turbo blanket, things like that. But so far, I'm liking the way it's looking. Like I said, just need to clock the turbo and stuff. So I'm going to do that real quick and see how much more room I have after I do that. Alright, so there it is. So, the videos I was watching, the guy was running, doing the on-3 kit. He had the same issue where the alternator was pretty much touching the turbo. This is basically the upgraded turbo. This is a 3G alternator, which is slightly bigger casing than the other one. So yeah, there's going to be issues. Now the good thing is this is not the hot side. This is the hot side. So a turbo blanket might help. I'm not sure. I do know with the Powerdyne kit, there was a thing to relocate the alternator down. I don't know if that's still a thing without having the idler pulley. I don't know. Basically, I don't know. I'm hoping I can just get away with this. I need to clock this just a little bit more where it's down, but basically you want this to be as level as you can get it. Now, a lot of people put a level on it. I'm not getting into that much detail. I just eyeball it, and compared to the rest of the car, I mean, it looks pretty dead on level with the other stuff. I've looked at it every angle. It doesn't have to be 100% exact. That's the good thing. So, yeah. That's how we're looking so far. Now, with adjusting this in, the issue is right here, as you can tell, this hose comes out, makes a really sharp 90. It's pinched in here. So, once I take the turbo off, I'm going to take this and just try to pull all this out of the way. And maybe if I just get the hose out in between there, maybe it'll flow a little bit better. It's only for the heater core. I'm not extremely worried about it. I don't drive this car in the winter. Barely drive it in the summer. So, yeah. Alright, I did a very crude job of wrapping, but they are wrapped. It's worth noting that on 3, wrapping your headers or manifolds void the warranty. I don't know if Flashark does or not. I don't really care. I want the underhood temperatures kept down. $140. I can switch them out, I guess. By the way, that are bands. It's not exposed metal. Not that it really matters. Like I said, it's a very crude job. So, still haven't found my water pump pulley, and I cannot find my upper radiator hose, which I knew for a fact I saved. I had no reason to get rid of that. But I digress.
3 days later.
Well, some things has changed since y'all last seen this. I painted the turbo. Of course, I had to do, my paint scheme that I did on the intake here. I clearanced. There is quite a bit. You can't tell on the phone, but they're not touching. There we go. Look at that. We got room there. Turbo's bolted down. The drain feed is on the bottom, and I haven't tapped the pan yet. I put a 90 up here, which this is going to go over to a fitting that I'm still waiting on to come in. But that's where we're at right now, and I'm pretty freaking stoked. Alright, so I really don't want to drag this out into like this long video, but I'm still waiting on parts, so it's not a lot I can continue with because I need certain parts. I cannot find my water pump pulley. Got to get that. I was going to take it off that car, but that car still has fan clutch and all that stuff, and it's just easier just to get another pulley. So I did modify the hose. I shortened it up, and it won't touch the turbo. It's got belt clearance, all that good stuff. Got the oil feed line. It's just put on there because one of the things I'm waiting on is the fitting that goes down here, but as you can tell, there's plenty of line. So that can go in. I have to tap the block. I've got to put the other side on, but without the parts that I'm waiting on, it's just kind of like, why jump into it now when I'm just going to hit roadblocks left and right. But I'm actually loving where the progress is right now. Still, it bugs me that this bottom bolt isn't in right here, but that is friggin' solid. Like, I cannot even wiggle the thing. So, not extremely worried. Like I said, there's a bolt here, there's a bolt here, and then there's that holding it. So, when you get the belt on there, it's going to be another aspect of something holding it. One of the things I'm looking at is the turbo guards. I wanted the one with the LED. Can't find them. I found turbo guards with like Venturi stacks, which I think would be freaking awesome. And where's it at? Right here. I have this elbow that came with a supercharger, and I can actually, it fits over that, and I can turn that and then put a filter or something over here out of the way. So I have to run the intercooler pipes and see how that's going to run. But turbo is bolted down. I do have to move all this wiring and stuff. That'll come with time. I'm not extremely worried about it right now. All this wire will extend except for, will come over here without me having to fabricate anything really. Only thing I got to do is extend the trigger wire for the ground, because this is a ground triggered fan through Holly. So probably find a way to route that where it's just not over the top. Drain on the bottom. Like I said, still got to tap the pan. A lot of this I go over for myself too, because when I go back I can visit a video and be like, oh yeah, I still haven't done this or this, I still got to do this. So we're going to see where we're at. I'm going to take a few minutes, a little bit longer, look extra good again for the water pump pulley, and that's probably going to be it for this video, because like I said, the roadblocks left and right is kind of killed momentum for today. The one part said that it was going to be in the 16th and the 18th and the 28th, so whenever it gets here, I don't know. But I'm extremely excited with what I'm looking at right here. It's pretty big progress. I don't freaking know where that pulley is. That is driving me bonkers. I'll probably find it after I get another one. That's usually the way it works out. I've been through all this stuff. Yes, this is in disarray, but at the same time, I usually know right where things are. Like, my disarray is organized in my head, so I can tell you where things are that I've had for a while that they're still sitting in the same spot in the same pile of junk. I just can't imagine where that would be at. I could not find the upper radiator hose. I took the one off of that car, but like I said, the pulley on that car, it has the fan clutch and all that stuff, and it's a headache. It's a pain to get off, so I'm not going through all that when I can just get another pulley, because eventually that car's going to need a pulley too, so then, you know. But I think good progress. Got the hose on, got the lines on, got the turbo painted, got it clocked, got it clearance, got everything. It is finally mounted. I can get the other side on and start figuring some of this out as far as intercooler, things like that. But this is where I'm stopping today. Again, not super excited, but you know, I did quite a bit, I think, in this video, so it's kind of spread out a little bit, because we had getting Scarlet in the middle of that, so I kind of threw that video in there as a filler, waiting on these parts that still never showed up. So this is the Mod Addict. Thank you for watching, and I'm out of here.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't turn around. No matter how far I go, I'll never come